Hello guys, how are you? Welcome to this channel of Winfred Cooking Make Easy at Home. Today I'm just going to be working with goats. We call them in Uganda byenda, but they are also called grits or intestines, whatever you may call them. These are very tasty. They are called tripes as well, so you can call them anything. Now with the goat tripes, all you do is, because they are not very many, or they are just two types. So there's this one and there's this one. So what I'm doing right now is to show you how I clean them. On the goat tripes, there's that thin layer, like the one you see I'm pulling off. That one I take it off. If you're one who enjoys your tripes without any aroma that reminds you of what you're eating, you go on and peel off that thin layer that runs across the tripes, and that way you ensure that they are clean and you can easily work with them. Also, it removes the excess fats, because I don't like the fats on there. Now after I've removed that lining, I will cut this up and show you how I deal with the other type. The other kind is a bit tricky and would need 4 hands, but because I'm alone, I'm going to show you how I'll deal with them. So what I'm doing right now is cutting them up into small sizes. This one was not an old goat, it was more of a kid, so it's easy and it is soft, and working with it is easy because you don't have to go crazy with the spices trying to give them a new aroma. Now after you're done cutting up your tripes, now these are the ones that look more like a blanket, so I'll set these on the side and then work with these complicated ones. Now these ones you would need 4 hands. Ideally what I'll do is tie them into a braid and then cut. That is easy for me to work with. So because I don't have helping hands, I've hooked it up on something and I'm just making a braid out of it like this. It may not look so appetizing guys, but once they are good and ready, these things are tasty. Especially if you go right with the ingredients like different spices that you can use and make them really tasty. See how it's turning up? Now after you've done this, we will cut them up, but for now all I'm doing is to make that long braid. And because I'm working alone, I'm going to keep on tying more and more knots so that it's easy for me to work with them. Otherwise, it's very easy if you have helping hands. Now for this bit that we have worked with, I'll cut it up and you'll see how it's easy to work with them. And plus in the pan, they look something else. Especially if you're good with your spices. This is one of those delicacies that you would still enjoy. So if you've been wondering, can I eat goat tripes? Yes, you can. You just have to learn how to work with them and make yourself a meal, because they are really tiny and long. They are tiny and they are long. Now where I got them from, they were a bit tangled, so you try and work with all the tangles. So what I'm doing is getting a third one. I get one and this is the second one, and I make like a knot. This I hook on anything. You can really use anything. I'm just using the jar that was right in front of me to show you how I would work with them. And that goes to show you that it is easy, can be done by anyone. Right now I'm just using my finger, but once it gets really long, I need to cut and then start off with another one. These ones with the right spices, oh my goodness, you love them, especially if you're going to eat them with the green bananas or ugali or rice or even cassava or cornbread like some of you call it, or posho like we call it in Uganda. Now see these knots that they've made. These are going to make it easy for me to cut. But you do this to the whole tripe, and then it's easier to work with when it comes to cooking. So all I've got to do is move my jar backward, and then it will give me enough space to work with. See how it looks nice and neat? I used to wonder, how do they cook tripes for goats? But then I realized it's as easy as that. Once I was served a meal and saw that all they did was knead, and they came up with this. So they don't come kneaded already, you have to do the job. So because of the work done, I don't know about where you're watching from or where you're coming from, goat's meat in Uganda is one of the most expensive meats that we have. I don't know whether because the goat has very few kilos or because of the work that goes on, but I think it's because it's tasty and because it's small meat. It's not as big meat like the beef. Now I'm going to do the same until all my tripes are done, and you will see that once you do this, it's easy and you can easily cook them. Because they are tiny, they've really got to have that work done. And in the next video, I'll be showing you how I prepare my delicious tripes and the different ways that you can enjoy them. So thank you so much for watching, guys, for tuning in, for subscribing. Until next time, when we yet come up with another recipe, bye bye and take care.